So you're thinking about it, aren't you? Trading that concrete jungle for actual grass, the non-stop sirens for the birds chirping, the cramped apartment for a house with a real backyard. The dream of moving from New York City to Long Island is a powerful one. You're excited, you're hopeful, and that excitement can definitely blind you. So what if I told you the agent that you trust, the one who seems so helpful, might be telling you a few lies, right, to get a deal done? Lies that could lock you into a massive financial mistake for years or even decades. So today we're exposing the 3 biggest deceptions told to New York City buyers about Long Island. And one of these is backed by a massive 3-year undercover investigation that rocked the industry. This isn't, I'm not trying to scare you here. It's about arming you with the truth, right? To protect you and your family, your finances, and all that good stuff, right? So let's talk about lie number 1, the great tax and cost of living oversimplified. So the first and most common lie is a dangerous one. It comes in a few flavors. So the first is when an agent just waves their hand and says, oh, the property taxes are just a little bit higher than what you're used to. The other more damaging version is when they try to scare you off the entire island. They'll say something like, oh, you don't want to go there. All of Long Island has insane property taxes. You're looking at $20,000 to $30,000 a year minimum. Okay, so both of those statements are misleading. Okay, they treat Long Island as one single place, which is a fantasy, right? The truth is property taxes vary widely from town to town, school district to school district, etc. Some towns with top tier school districts can have tax bills that get up there, $20K, $30K, but to suggest that's the price of admission everywhere, that's not true. There are plenty of great towns in both counties, Nassau and Suffolk, where taxes are more manageable, right? So an agent who uses one scary number to describe an area with over 100 different towns is either incompetent or deliberately misleading you. But there's an even sneakier lie hidden in the tax numbers. And let's say you find a house and the current owner's tax bill is listed at $14K. Your agent says, see, manageable. Here's what they're not telling you. That seller might have exemptions that you, a new buyer, you're not going to get those. And they could have a senior citizen exemption, a veterans exemption, or the enhanced star exemption, all of which slash their bill. These exemptions are tied to the owner, not the property itself. So when that owner sells, the discounts, they disappear. And your tax bill will be based on the gross tax, which could be much higher. So this lie extends to the overall cost of living. An agent might say you'll save so much money, they're banking on you only comparing the mortgage to your city rent. They conveniently forget to mention you're not just buying a house, you're often buying a car-dependent lifestyle. That can mean a second car payment, double the car insurance, gas, and maintenance. It means a monthly Long Island Railroad pass that can run you $250 to $500, plus the Metro card to get around a city. Those costs alone can easily add an extra 10 or 15 grand a year that no one's putting in your buyer's brochure, right? So here's how you protect yourself. First, never accept a single number for Long Island taxes. Do your own research on the town's official website. Second, always look for the gross tax amount before any exemptions. So that's your real starting point. And third, create a real world budget. Factor in every new cost, Long Island Railroad, car payments, insurance, maintenance. Don't get a lazy summary, really break this down. Think about it, okay? The second lie is that a finished basement is a huge bonus. Right? I hear this all the time. So the next lie sounds like a great feature, but it's actually, freaking time bomb. You walk into a house, see a beautiful finished basement with a bathroom or maybe a huge deck out back, and your agent turns to you with a big smile and says the finished basement is a huge bonus. Or look at all this extra living space, right? What they're not saying, and what they may not have even checked, is whether any of that work was done legally. Okay, so Long Island towns can be very aggressive about permits. Additions, finished basements, decks, pools, even central air and major electrical work all these things require permits, and a final CO to prove that the work is safe and legal. So it's incredibly common to find homes on Long Island with unpermitted work. And when an agent sells you on this bonus space, they are selling you a liability. The second that you take ownership, that illegal basement becomes your problem. And here's how it will bite you. First, your bank's appraiser might not be able to include that illegal space in the valuation. That can create a gap between your offer and the appraised value, potentially killing your mortgage at the last second. And even worse, when you go to sell the house years later, the new buyer's attorney will discover the unpermitted work. Now you're trapped. You'll either have to legalize it, which can take months and cost tens of thousands of dollars, or you'll have to give the buyer a massive credit. And I've seen these credits run from $30,000 to $50,000, money that comes directly out of your pocket. And in a worst case scenario, the town could require you to tear it all out. So here's how you protect yourself. Before you even think about an offer, you or your lawyer must pull the property's file from the building department. Compare what's legally on file with what you see in the house. Is there a CO for that basement? Is the deck listed? If not, you must make it a condition of your contract the seller gets all the necessary permits and COs before you close. So do not let anyone convince you to handle it later. An agent telling you illegal work is a bonus isn't doing you a favor. They're exposing you to a legal and a financial nightmare. Okay, so if you're finding this valuable and you're starting to see how much is at stake, imagine what else you need to know. Hit that subscribe button right now for more insider truths about the real estate market. And if you're serious about making a move and want an agent who will protect you, not just sell to you, all my contact information is down below. Feel free to contact me. So lie number 3 is I show you everything that's available. So the final lie is the most dangerous one. You sit down with an agent and they say, with total confidence, I'll show you everything that's available that fits your budget, or I don't care about your background, I just care about what you can afford. Okay, they present themselves as totally neutral guide, right? And for many people, this is a big lie. And we know this because of a groundbreaking 3-year undercover investigation by Newsday called Long Island Divided. So using hidden cameras, Newsday, they sent paired testers, white and black and Hispanic and Asian buyers with identical finances to meet with real estate agents across the island. The results were horrifying and exposed widespread illegal discrimination. So the investigation found that black buyers faced unequal treatment nearly 50% of the time. For Hispanic buyers, it was 39%, and for Asian buyers, about 19%. So what does unequal treatment mean? It means agents were illegally steering minority buyers away from white neighborhoods and toward more integrated ones. So on average, white testers were shown 50% more listings than black testers with the exact same finances. In some cases, white buyers were shown 7 times more homes in overwhelmingly white communities than Hispanic buyers were. This illegal practice is called steering, and it's a direct violation of fair housing, and it's a law that's been around for a long time. So this is very interesting. When an agent says they show you everything, the data proves that for many people that is simply not true. You can miss out on your dream home, a neighborhood with better schools, or a community with higher property values, not because of your budget, but because of an agent's hidden illegal bias. And after investigation, New York State did pass new laws to increase penalties and training, but this problem doesn't just go away overnight. So how do you fight a bias you can't even see? You have to be proactive. First, don't rely on a single agent. Work with at least 2 different agents from different brokerages and compare the listings they send. Are there major gaps in the neighborhoods they suggest? Second, do your own homework. Identify towns you're interested in, no matter what an agent says. If an agent tries to wave you off from a town, demand data to back it up. Ask them, can you please show me a log of all the homes that match my criteria in that specific town? And finally, if you feel you are being steered or you're being treated differently, you have the right to file a complaint with the Long Island Housing Services or the New York State Division of Human Rights. You are a protected citizen. You're not a passive buyer. So that was a lot. Let's bring this home. The 3 biggest lies: the myth of a single scary Long Island tax number, the lie that illegal work is a bonus, and the most damaging lie of all, I show you everything. The dream of moving to Long Island is real, and it's a fantastic goal, but that dream can turn into a nightmare if you walk in unprepared. Okay, you're not just a hopeful buyer anymore, you're an informed one. You're armed with the truth. So don't let an agent who doesn't specialize in this market, or worse, holds a hidden bias, lead you astray. So your move should be about starting a new chapter, a happy time in your life. Make sure you're the one, okay, that's in control. So if you want an agent and a team that believe in total transparency and understand the complex, beautiful, nuanced market that is Long Island, I'm happy to help. Check out the description for a no pressure consultation Let's make your move a success together. You can contact me. All my information is down below. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.